I remember when I was a jit, learning to love to read from my mom and dad. When I was just a baby, my mom would read to me on a nightly basis, and I would try to read along until eventually I could, and I would realize, hey, I can really read. We used to read all types of books, and I read them back to my mom. My mom teaching me how to read had a very positive impact on me, especially in school. By the time I got to the first grade, I was very advanced in my reading, and throughout my whole school career, I read at a higher level than most of my peers. This really helped me in school because I never had to struggle, and I was always academically inclined, and I feel like I owe all that to the reading I did with my parents. Once I learned how to read, I started reading books that were harder than Dr. Seuss. The clearest memory I have of literacy in my youth is reading the Hardy Boys books with my dad. I remember getting home from school, getting my work done, and going to play until my dad got home from work. Once my dad got home, we would eat dinner, and then when my dad got settled in, I asked him to read to me. When I read with him, we would always read from the same series of books. My dad had a complete series set of the Hardy Boys books, a detective series that followed two brothers. When my dad was a kid, his pops read the books to him, and he passed them on to me. We spent years reading those books until I grew up and started to read on my own, but looking back, I wish we could have finished them all. Maybe one day in the future I'll come back to the Hardy Boys, and maybe I'll even read them to my son one day. As I continued to grow up and have more friends and hobbies, I put down my books. I started playing football and basketball, and I started to race, and I had girlfriends that took up most of my time. With all these other distractions, I did not have as much time to sit around and read, and it wasn't on the front of my mind. I think that the amount that you read really affects your brain performance and how easily you can read throughout your life. The reason why I say this is I've noticed that since I